Hey there, guys. Today we are doing volume of rectangular prisms. Hopefully, you know what I'm talking about with rectangular prism. That is going to be your common thing, a box, whether it's cereal box, the Amazon box that always show up at doors, different things like that. So any type of box shape. So we're going to have, anything that is going to be three-dimensional for a rectangular prism. Okay, draw that as best you can. To solve for a rectangular prism, you're going to multiply three specific numbers. So remember, we can use dots to symbolize multiplication. So we're always going to multiply by with the base. We are going to multiply with the height. And I'm starting with those two because we should know base and height when we think of two-dimensional shapes. Doesn't matter if it's a square or rectangle. Even when we've talked about trapezoids and triangles, we're always focusing on base and height. Okay, so those are ones we're starting with. The third one that we're going to add to this is depth. Okay, so for depth, we're looking at how deep that um, box is going to go, that rectangular prism. So we're going to be really simple today with whole numbers. So if we have 4 inches, 3 inches, and let's do 6 inches. Those are our three numbers. Again, we should know our base and our height. So as we look at this, our base is right there. That's the bottom of our shape. Okay, the height is what is going straight up and down. That's our vertical. And then our depth is how far back that shape goes. So there's our depth. Those are the three numbers that we are going to multiply. Now, obviously, as we're looking at this shape, at this rectangular prism, our height can be here and it can be here. And then there's the line that we cannot see that's on the backside. So height is still vertical. Base is still that going horizontal in the front, but the depth is the one that kind of looks like it's going back. So there's the three numbers that we're going to look at. These two are going to be like this, and the height can be again here, here, or here when it's labeled on your shape. So we are multiplying these numbers together. That's all we are doing to solve for our volume. So we're going to have 4, and we're going to multiply that by 6. That is going to give us an answer of 72 or 87 or 32.5, whatever it may be. We can make up numbers. No, we can't. That's 24. 4 times 6 is 24. So we've used two of our three numbers. Now we need to multiply by the other one. So we're going to have that 3, 24 times 3. So 3 times 4 is 12. Bring up that 1. You have 6. You have 7. And for this one, when we're dealing with volume, okay, it's not area. Volume is different. We're going to have 72. Our unit of measurement is inches, and our label is cubed, or 3. So if you think for area we did inches squared or feet squared, and we use a 2. Why do we use a 2? Well, to make it simple, when we did square, we did this. We had square, so this one would be 4, and this one would be 3. There's our squares, and we multiplied two numbers. That's one way to think of it. How many numbers did we multiply to find the volume? We multiplied by 3, so therefore it is cubed. And again, another reason why this is cubed and this one is squared, we just said right there, cubes, right? Cube is a rectangular prism. So you think of a little cube, you got a dice that you use, it's a little cube. And so if we are to look at this, inches cubed So let's pretend this is right in here. And we're going to have one. Yeah, so this is going to be, so this is going to look weird because it's going vertical, but that is split into 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this one is going to be split into 6. Let's see how accurate I can be with this. And then obviously we got the bottom one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, I did that right. Okay, so we have, that would normally be our squared. Well, now we have the cubed part where we're going to have these going back and cutting through there. So that's why we get cubed, because we're creating little cubes in there, and that's in this particular rectangular prism, we have 72 cubes that are going to be stacked inside of that rectangular prism. So there's going to be 4 of them going this way. It's going to go 3 deep, and it's going to have 6 tall. So on each level, as we would say, right? Okay, because you got first, second, third, and as it keeps climbing, you're going to have 12 on each, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72. That's how that is going to work. So that is very simple. That's volume of a rectangular prism. Let's do another one, and I'm going to let you guys solve this because we should be able to handle this. I'm confident in your guys' abilities, as I usually am. So let's get a longer, make this one more of an actual rectangular prism. Let's see how I do. Not terrible. Okay. Let's label this one. This is a little bit longer, so let's go with 9 centimeters. This one looks more like it's 7 centimeters. And let's do 4 centimeters there. And this one is going to be 7 centimeters. This one is going to be 4 centimeters. Okay, so we have all of these measurements on here. I want you to figure out the answer for volume of this rectangular prism. Go ahead and pause the video and solve. Time to check to see how you did. I'm hoping that you only use 3 numbers, even though there's 5 numbers on there, because as we look, we're going to start with our base. Our base does not change. It's that base. It's that one right in front going across our page that is going to be our base. Our height, we have 2 heights. These are the same, right? The height's not going to change. So our height is going right there, or there, or it's there. Either way, it's going to be 4 centimeters. Those are all going to be the same. And then we're taking the depth. We're going to see how far that goes back. And that goes back 7 centimeters. So let's get all these numbers multiplied together. We're going to start with our base, 9. And we are going to multiply that by our height, which is 4. 9 and 4. That is 36. Okay. Then we need our depth, which is 7. Let's multiply that by 7. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 3 is 21. Plus 4 is going to be 5. So there's our 252. And let's make sure our label is correct. We have our answer of 252, but you guys know if the answer is not labeled correctly, it's the wrong answer. So we got to make sure we have it. We have our unit of measurement is centimeters, and because we multiplied 3 numbers together for our volume and we're making all those little cubes in there, it is centimeters cubed. Okay. When we are doing this type of math with volume, we are going to have centimeters cubed. Okay. We're not going to write like we would with area. We could do square centimeters. We're not doing that up with here. We're not doing cubed centimeters. Nope. It is going this way. Okay. Now I understand when you type in your answers that it is going to look like this. Okay? A little blur on that. Ooh, it's staying there. Let me rewrite that one then so you can see it. It's going to look like this when you type it. I'm not worried that you don't have the exponent of 3 up there. I understand what you're doing, and it's limited on what we can do. Okay, volume of a rectangular prism, that is all we're doing. You're multiplying the base, the height, and the depth, multiplying all those together. It does not matter which order you do them in. You're still going to get the same answer because it's not an order of operations. Base, height, depth. Okay, that's how you solve for volume of a rectangular prism.